See, how long is the Muffin Monster? It's pretty long.
Not super long, I don't think. But of course, my sense of scale for ships and space engineers is different from
A little
bit. Just a little bit.
Though over the years, I think we've influenced each other enough that probably not as different as it used to be.
Yeah.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but it is.
Up to individual interpretation.
I mean, I keep looking back to the Project 4 ships, and even now, I don't think they're as big as I felt like we thought they were. I mean, they're not small. They weren't small.
They're not small, but they were not. I mean, they were good-sized ships.
Yeah. They're
beyond what would be practical for survival.
Yeah,
really.
they're about as much as space engineers is really going to handle.
Yeah. I am happy I decided to give the project we were working on there an actual name, because it's so easy to talk about them.
Yeah. Despite the simplicity of the name, the Project 4 ships.
Yeah, but, I mean, when you think about it, it was kind of our first, well, it was our fourth big project ships for us since we had kind of started doing videos. Because I think the Big Blue would have been our Project 1. I know the project that was our Project 3 was our Small Ships Gone Wild.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't our, the blue ship may have been the Project 2. Because I'm trying to remember what was in between the Big Blue and everything else. Because the first one may have been the Ship of Fools.
Yeah. Why are you welding that back up? Must have accidentally bipped it.
That, or you have several... Because you used a different color?
No, I made sure
you have several...
I made sure they're the right color. But I think what happened is I accidentally bipped it, and because I grounded it, it saw it as something to weld. Maybe. Schrodinger, I'm gonna grind your goddamn face off.
You know, that was a joke, but it has turned into just leaving it there even funnier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying anything against it in that right, because it has been kind of one of those moments where you just like, you son of a bitch, why are you looking at me? But you can't help but to laugh to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where was I?
Well, and the whole reason that I added it was because you had said Shro was one of your least favorite.
No. I said I hated his damn guts.
Okay.
If we're going with least...
Just to be clear there, I chose the phrase least favorite because I didn't remember exactly how he put it, but I was pretty sure he would fill it in for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Least favorite entails that I like him to some degree. No. I hate Schrodinger. I'm trying to remember if I've actually seen the 10th Ultimate episode or not. I don't remember.
It's good.
I remember Alucard letting loose completely, and all of his army of sucked up souls comes out and does its thing. That's the last thing I remember. I don't know if that was the last episode or not.
No, that was
Okay,
9.
so I have not seen the last one yet.
Have you seen? Well, I guess Saracen Pip fight the werewolf.
No, didn't know that.
Okay, then that is in the last episode.
I may go back and watch 7, 8, and 9 again to get a refresher. Because my God, between Ultimate and the original series and rewatching, I don't even want to see the first couple episodes again.
Oh yeah, because the first 2 episodes is pretty much the same in both.
Just more extended.
Well, when they did the second one, the first one, they had only done the first 2 manga, and that's why it split.
And I didn't hate where the original series went, just like in Full Metal. I did not hate where it went. Got a little weird. And I know people have mixed feelings on the finale movie, Battle for Shambhala, I think it was, where they ended up in World War II Germany, but they were together. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't hate it. I felt like it was okay, and I would have been okay with it if I had never looked at the manga. Brotherhood was great. I just when I talk to people, I tell them, look, watch the original series up to roughly where you meet Greed, then go to Brotherhood. Because
or just watch Brotherhood.
No, there are things that get kind of brushed over and otherwise was better in the original than what Brotherhood does in just like one episode.
Well, it may have been just because they didn't want to rehash the same thing.
They didn't, because everybody and their cousin has seen the original. So, I mean, I was okay with that, but with someone like my buddy Will, who never even knew there was an original series at all, I was like, dude, you you think that one episode hurt? Try having it extended over 2 or 3 episodes. You know, like the shit with Hughes. No, that wasn't just one episode. You know, that was stretched. And then little girl, I can't think of little girl's name, but the dog. Nina, thank you. That wasn't just one episode and done. You spent an episode or 2 getting to know her and the dog and him. And then, oh my God, it wasn't, will you play with me? They went full blown, crack open your chest, pull your heart out, show it to you, then shove it up your ass. By showing you how much pain she was in.
When she kind of, the distorted, sad dogs thing, Edward.
It hurts. God, just saying that puts a lump right there. Even now, I won't watch those episodes in the original series just because of how deeply it hurts. But in the news,
honestly, I'm kind of surprised.
Huh?
I'm kind of surprised you didn't say anything with the D&D game, as much as you're making a big deal about this.
You know, I felt like there was somewhere in there, but I wasn't going there, and I'm trying to remember where you put that in. And I know it was there. Something triggered in the back of my head, but it was just I think I was focused on something else.
Probably Raspberry's interaction with her family member, Nina.
But the connection just didn't hit there. Also, I didn't need to grind that out. Shit. Oh well, I'll put something back there. There's also the simple fact that Raspberry really does have a borderline hate for her. So she was literally
Yeah.
turning her back on her. Period. Done.
Yeah.
Which part of me, in thinking of it, back, I may let it play out if the opportunity arises, to where Raspberry does let go of her grudges and tries to amend to some degree with past grievances of that nature. As because in time
That's,
she's going to be
yeah.
brushing with near death, and
All right.
it's going to kind of break her out of that moment of what am I doing, and realize that don't need to hang on to grudges.
Yeah. And I'm hoping. Well, my plan was I was giving you opportunities for character growth with that.
All right, I want to replace this with an azimuth. But I'm going to lose power, and I'm going to lose my building and repairs as soon as it goes down. So, just go ahead and do this manually. How much does the azimuth put out compared to the standard reactors?
Like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, that should be more than enough.
They are broken powerful
right.
for the resources and everything else you have to do.
Right.
Them, because they just take basic uranium and.
But yeah, I think come the next session, Raspberry will very likely be lifting a mask of sorts with her teammates, and her more of a truer personality will be kind of peeking through.
Okay. Well, I was just with. I kind of liked that story thing. Line. It probably would have been more effective if once you find out about the letter, if you ever do.
Yeah.
Well, you know about the letter, you just don't. Your Raspberry never clicks that Papa was
right.
John.
Like, she knows his name, like in the back of the head, she knows his name, but it's just like, it just doesn't click. She doesn't know him as John. Which, by the way, I don't even think I gave him my last name. Whatever. Doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, well, let me know if you ever figure out a good last name for him. Because otherwise I'm going to give him one.
If you got one of mine, run with it.
No, I don't have one in mind right now, but it's probably going to either be punny or a pop culture reference based upon what's going on in the story at the moment.
Okay. Would not hurt my feelings.
Hyperion frigate. Eh. I may need to just pipe this thing up to the station for a little bit with all the resources I'm having to bring back and forth over just to finish the gyroscopes.
If I want to do that, I actually need to back this up. So.
I need a few more metal grids and a bunch of steel plates.
Oh, I'm running off the battery power. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I guess I could have done that. Doesn't matter now. Now I've got to get in here and try to put the uranium in, because it only has one connector! Actually, no, I should be able to dump the uranium in here and it gets sucked up. Because we do have battery power. Right? No.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Well, that's how it should have
Well,
been.
if the reactor has no power itself or is not turned on, it's not going to drag it in. A little weird, that. There we go. Azimuth reactor in. Reactor. The reactor. Alright.
Okay, just a bit more steel plates. And then I'll start working on actually setting up my...
And I think at best if I replace these thrusters with the better thrusters. Whichever ones we're able to build, I don't remember. I think it's the Azimuth or the Azurium. I think what we have a majority of.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be researching what would be the best thrusters for me and putting them on here.
Alright, what is this? Heavy? This is light.
Alright, so I now have the same number of gyros that it... almost the same amount of gyros that it had, but they're all Feridium.
Okay.
So this thing ought to maneuver pretty well.
Orda. I think that is going to be a custom color.
Let me through, please. Thank you.
Hey, Dswank, do you remember the name class frigate that you were looking at?
It started with an O, I believe.
Okay, because I'm encountering quite a few of these Hyperion class out here.
Yeah. Not that. Oh, wait. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, wait. Yeah, that still works. That still works.
There. That's complete there. Let's go ahead and get rid of these connectors. Here.
There. You there. There. Nope, 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 nope. Pop you.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
good and complete. Oh, that's okay. All that yonder's alright. That there's not alright. We gotta do something about that.
And
But yeah, I kind of realized that you were doing that with that particular moment, but I was riding hard on the cusp of the idea that she had little to nothing to do with, Nina, the name.
Yeah.
Like the hurt was still there. She just literally didn't care. But anyway, that's neither here nor there now.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious about it, because one of the things that I didn't, if it didn't come through, I was going. Typically, you have to explain to your players like 3 or 4 times if there's like a secret hint for defeating a character or a boss or something. Because they don't catch it the first 3 times that they're told about it. So, if you got it, I wasn't. It was one of those things that I basically was asking whether I was going to need to harp on it later.
Okay. All right. How many cargo containers is on the Muffin Monster? 2?
I believe so.
All right. I might have to do some extensive, because the ship is only built with the idea of a 2 high, 2 wide on either side of a spinal column design. So large containers ain't gonna fit in here. Ain't gonna work here unless I extensively redesign. So we'll let that begin. So out of curiosity, how does advancement of equipment actually, or not actually, but generally work in D&D games?
What do you mean?
Like, for instance, I start with pretty basic stuff. You know, I have basic leather armor, basic hand-to-hand weapon, so on and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, I know I can search and hunt for stuff in towns and hope I roll for or whatever. But yeah, how does that work?
Typically, well, wealth by level is considered an integral part of your character in 3.5. In things like 4th and 5th edition, not so much. They're not as important.
Okay.
And that's just because of, well, there's no justified reason for it, really, other than just design of the game. But in 3.5, it is pretty much, well, like I said, it's integral. A lot of times it is, how do I want to put it? A lot of times in 3.5, you just, the DM says, this is how much money you got. You can spend it in town, because at the point you leveled up, you're in town.
Okay.
And then you peruse Magic Item Compendium, DM's Guide, Player Handbook, and find the items that you actually
So
want.
you can sort of consider the books that I have access to as the stores that I could be browsing. Okay.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense, and that works.
And if there's anything unique that you are specifically looking for, things like that, there can be ways around.
Okay.
Wealth by level, things like
All
that. A lot of games I've been in, instead of, well, I can't say a lot of them, but some games, they, instead of actually getting money what they do is they add together your total wealth by level for your characters and throw in loot equivalent amounts. So the DM makes the decision on what gear you currently have.
Okay.
And you can, if you go to a town, sales of said item may actually be less than... Oh god, this is trippy as hell, watching all the machine guns firing away at the...
Another question is, the ability to dual-wield weapons effectively requires a feat, yes?
A feat tree.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think with the route I'm taking, and while I'm probably going to end up a proper glass cannon, I think it would be prudent of me to inevitably make it to a dual-wielding tree.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be somewhat difficult to do dual wielding, just because of feats and costs and things like that. But yeah, you can't. I mean, you can do that, or because you have multi-attack. I think there, instead of dual wielding, there is a multi-attack variant where you can use your full attack, your bite, and your sweep, your claws and things, instead of, and it gets rid of any negatives. I think there's a feat tree similar to dual wielding that gets rid of all the negatives for that. So you'd basically, I'm not sure if your classes have full progression base attack bonus or not. But for each iterative that you get, you would be able to do your bite, and your 2 slaps as the kobold. So you can have potentially 12 attacks a turn. Which is, I mean, okay, that doesn't sound like a lot.
No,
but
from what I've already understood, yes, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially mixing in the reset maneuver I picked up that compounds damage on top of Craven at later levels. It's just starts getting... I don't even want to try to roll that. It gives me a headache thinking about it already.
Steel tubes and motors, okay.
Alright, that'll give me 6 large containers. Which means
Question.
the Muffin Monster can... Yes.
What is a civil infinity?
It is a carrier. Shaq has caught one of them before.
Civil... Let me see that at. It's a Hyperion, there's a station isopod, some more humpbacks. Naga, bumblebees, another Hyperion. Where do you see that at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 14 kilometers away. I see it.
Yeah.
Neat.
There's another...
It's a heavy armor ship.
There's another group of cargo ships flying by above me.
Yeah, I love these little cargo ships. Alright, so I need to go ahead and fill this in. Actually, I probably need to continue that through here, so let's do that. That is connected there, but that's connected to either side, so that'll be safe. Okay. Now I should be able to put down 3. What are you spitting at, man?
Okay, this crab over here, or lobster. It's more of a lobster. Is that yours, Daniel?
Yeah, that's the new... that's supposed to be my support miner.
Okay. Can I? Is it okay? Is it powered enough that I can move
Oh yeah,
it?
she should have plenty of power. She's got 4 batteries and 4 of those
Alright.
mini fusion reactors.
Because, but no gyro.
Yeah.
I am going to throw a small grid Feridium gyro on it because that should be enough. And I'm pretty sure we have everything we need to
Okay.
make it.
Oh, crap.
Because I'm once I get power on my ship, I'm actually going to move it over to that construction
Okay.
platform. And that way I have access to the building repairs of the station.
Yeah, I need more powerful gyros on Axel too.
Put some Feridium on
Alright,
it.
so if I...
I will at some point. I just need to come back.